Yay! Here we are.
Hello.
We'll wait a few minutes because they're jumping over from J Fashion on Demand. So.
Oh, I wanted to watch the mini panels this morning, but drama.
Right. I had to watch them, so. But I'm excited. Yay. We should start by introducing ourselves.
Yes. I will go first. Hi, my name is Kim, not to be confused with the other really attractive Kim from Seattle who's like a YouTuber. I'm not her, so if you came on to see her, I'm sorry, you're stuck with me. I'm also disappointed. I'm also disappointed. Bring her on. Where is she? Guest appearance. I'm just joking. But I also go by Kermit. So you can call me Kermit. You can call me Kim. I'm fine with either. And I work for a living. And I obviously do Lolita, and you can see part of my room, so you kind of know what I'm into. So nice to meet everybody. I hope you enjoy our podcast / live Twitch theme, panel, whatever. Welcome.
Literally. So my name is Jamie. I am part of Rose Foray, which is super fun. And thank you all for watching all of the panels that we're doing. What else? Oh, I have a 10-month-old kitten who might cause havoc because my partner decided to leave right when I was doing my stream. So, oh, Nicole says my wig is cute. Thank you. I bought it from Cello. So, yeah, but my 10-month-old kitten might cause havoc and I might need to like go rush to get him. Hopefully he's good. We'll see. And hopefully this stream goes better than our last one in which the power went out.
Yeah. Right. We were getting into our groove, but when I checked how long we were streaming, it was like 40 minutes. And I was like, we hit our groove 40 minutes in. Whew, we need to work on that.
Well, I feel like we hit our groove. We just talk.
Yep.
That's all we need to do. Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about basically how Lolita has changed in the last 10 years. Because Kim and I have been best friends for like, what, 16
years in the summer.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been friends for 16 years and we both happened to get into Lolita at the same exact time, which we could tell that story separately. We both just came to each other and were like, oh my gosh, I found this awesome fashion. Do we have an anniversary date? That's what Nicole said. We don't.
We need to just pick one.
We should. It was when me and my sister moved into our house. We moved in next door to Kim, and it was like a process getting to know each other. So no real anniversary date, but we'll just choose one.
Yeah, we'll just choose one. It's actually a really funny story because we bonded over Jamie carrying around her Fear Street book by R.L. Stine, and I loved Fear Street at that time. Was obsessed with it. So immediately me and Jamie were like, friends? And then later that night, I was like, well, guys, I have to go, sounding like I'm an important businesswoman. Like, I'm sorry, I have a very important business meeting. And Jamie and Ashley, Ashley's Jamie's sister, was like, oh, what are you doing? Why do you have that tiny little briefcase, child? And I was like, I have to watch Teen Titans. I have to go now. It was so fun meeting you. I have to go watch Teen Titans. And Jamie and Ashley were like, we also don't want to miss the new episode. Can we watch it with you? And we've been inseparable for 16 years.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And we both like, I think the start of our Lolita journey was Gwen Stefani, I think. Or something like that.
Oh, so I got into Lolita fashion in 2009. I was a senior in high school. Oh, I just aged myself. Shh, I'm just joking. I was a senior citizen. And
you were in first grade.
I was in first grade. It was 2009. And I was in the first plus some odd years grade. And I don't exactly remember how I got how I found Lolita fashion. I remember the first thing I saw like that like really stuck with me. There are two pictures. There's one with a girl in all gothic Lolita, which is if you look up gothic Lolita. Yes, being in your 30s, I'm so close. It's just going to be so soon. It's her all in a gothic Lolita outfit and then a pink Metamorphosis jacket. And I was like, I don't know what this stuff is, but I'm gonna learn more. And I found out about it. I joined the forums and I did tons and tons of research. And I bought my first dress with my graduation money in 2010. So it has been 10 years of wearing the fashion and 11 years of following the fashion.
Wow.
Yeah.
For me, I got into Lolita a little bit before, but I wasn't like as active. I was more interested in Decora fashion. That was my first J fashion love. And yes, it was during the Harajuku girl phase of Gwen Stefani. Both Kim and I were really interested in her lamb stuff. And it was like a mixture of all that. I know Katy Perry came out with her song One of the Boys, and she said, I studied Lolita religiously, so I searched it. I think that's where it came from. I don't know. My entry into that was pop music, I guess. But I just remember Kim and I having this weird moment of talking about Lolita, and we both knew what it was. And ever since then.
I remember because so many people on the forums talked about like how hard it was to tell people that you were like interested in Lolita. I remember being very like skittish and being like, hey Jamie, how are you? So there's this like new weird thing I'm into. And Jamie's like, oh my God, I have to tell you about the weird thing I'm into. And I was like, okay. So I really like, I don't remember if it was Jamie who said she was into Lolita fashion first or if it was me. And then both of us were like, that was the thing I was going to tell you. But our whole senior year was us being obsessed with Lolita fashion and trying to make it out of our Muggle clothing.
Oh my
gosh.
Walking
around our high school dressed up in like our prom dresses.
Dude.
Like, this is all we can do. We can't afford Lolita yet, but this is how we are participating.
We had like a weird phase in our high school where Kim and I started wearing Lolita, and then several other girls got interested in Lolita, and we were wearing Lolita like to school. And then like there was this like group of guys that were like anti-Lolita and like posting about like how they're trying to normalize, classic like all the disgusting stuff that they say, and they just didn't like it.
If you were here watching this for a reason, you know exactly what these guys at our high school said. It's nothing. They did not reinvent the wheel. So it was just, I think, our first time, especially after all the love we got in our high school and all the girls who also were interested in it, our really first time kind of dealing with people who were like very anti-Lolita. Even our parents were like, you weirdos, whatever.
Yeah, my mom's been pretty supportive my whole life, but when I first got into it, she's like, I don't understand. Is this Lolita?
Is like this Lolita? I like how like I do it perfectly with my jacket.
Is this Lolita?
Is this Lolita? Because it's a dollhouse, right? Like that's Lolita, right? Is it? Hey, Jamie. Is that?
Yeah. What's that?
Is that Lolita?
You know what? I don't know.
Who knows?
I think everything classifies as Lolita.
Yep. Every single thing on this planet.
All included.
It's the circle of Lolita.
Oh my God.
It's the circle of Lolita.
I love that we're only 10 minutes in and you're already singing I'm About It. Next, we're going to get you up here singing Jolene.
Oh, God. I actually, there's an emergency with my dog. She's turned into a dog. I got to go.
Oh, my gosh.
So you're...
This is Chantel. If you put a head bow on it, it does.
Yeah.
As long as there's a bow, it counts as Lolita.
Exactly. That's what Party City believes.
It's true.
So yeah, that was, I wish I got really into J fashion through Gwen Stefani, but I don't remember if I found Lolita through Gwen Stefani.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I watched, I'm just going to out myself to everybody watching right now. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, every single person. If I watched the Stanley Kubrick Lolita movie,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then Googled it to learn more about it and about the book, and then an image popped up, and I was like, that's a cute dress. And then found out about Lolita fashion.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to crucify you for that one. Sorry.
It's a secret. I'm really glad I can get off my chest because I've been keeping it for a while. Excuse me, I am on many. No, literally. You know, if that's the worst thing that happens today, I'm fine with it.
Agree to agree. That's Minnie.
This is my dog, Minnie. She was taught to be a protector dog, which basically means she gets a lot of attention and then barks occasionally and gets yelled at. Yeah, this is
she came out of nowhere.
She was laying down chewing on her bone. I did not kick her out of the room because I love her. I'm so sorry, everybody. Can she be our Lolita mascot?
I'm down.
Yeah, she
down.
protect. She good.
She does.
She good doggo. She good doggo.
We love her.
So like I was talking about earlier, to maybe get back on topic. I don't know. We'll see where this goes. Who remembers the forms?
And by forms, Kim means forums.
Yeah. Welcome to Cambridge 101. This is actually just me teaching you how to speak like me. Pronounce oat milk this way. Oit. Oit. Oit milk. You'll never
pronounce
look
crayon like crayon.
Crown.
The most confusing day of my life. She's like, my nephew got all these window crowns and he used them all up, and I was like, what's a window crown? And she's like, yeah, he was just drawing on with these window crowns, and I was like, oh, she means crayon. Crayon, you know, Kimbrish.
Crowns. I think we all
sounds bougier.
Learn today. But yeah, who remembers those? Who joined those forums?
Yeah, our favorite one that we went on all the time, we would go back and forth talking about, was lolitafashion.org, I believe.
Yeah, before it was hacked.
Yes, there's obviously, everybody's saying LiveJournal too. The classic, the tried, the true.
Yeah.
I was on LiveJournal a little, but
I think we just missed that like big like LiveJournal like theme. So it like was LiveJournal, and then I noticed a lot of people were on lolitafashion.org, and then after that was Blogspot. Who remembers Blogspot? Who remembers Victoria Suzanne's Blogspot?
Oh my gosh, Victoria Suzanne.
This was like right after we had joined, everybody started moving towards Blogspot. And the very first Lolita YouTuber was Shelby Cloud.
That's true. So Aria Macabre says, what are these forums? Basically, there was like a website called lolitafashion.org, and it had some like, you know, basic like, oh, what is Lolita type of stuff. But there were forums on there, and that's where a lot of people shared their daily fashion. There was like a really solid little community on there of people.
Yeah, the Ida thread, so you would share like Milano pieces that's like someone was like, I can't believe I bought this. So it'd be like, oh my God, like that's where all that stuff was. Do you know what I just remembered?
What?
Oh, yeah. I just remembered the Valentines. Do you remember the Valentines?
Oh my gosh.
To do on LiveJournal? I would like log in just to see everybody like supporting and loving each other, especially after like the secrets. You would read the secrets, feel guilty. A couple of days later, you would read the Valentines, and you're like, yeah, we're a good community.
Literally. So the Valentines, so I don't know if you've gone on Amiibo or not. I don't really use Amiibo, but there's like a pretty booming community on there right now. And they've brought back Valentines, and I think they brought back secrets too. but I'm not sure. I just remember loving making Valentines for everybody, like, who I wasn't yet like super close friends with, but I just wanted to shout out, like, I'm pretty sure I made one for Ray or Jin Bees, because I just thought she was so pretty, and I hadn't talked to her that much, so
yeah. I felt like my nose ring was gonna fall out and starve everybody.
How dare you?
Yeah, it's been like a wild ride. And even I would even say that Victoria Suzanne, if you could read between the lines, you could tell she was problematic back in her Blogspot days. But this was a time before even like Occupy Wall Street. So I think a lot of like even younger people were not really informed or tried to be informed about social justice issues, because thinking back on it, you could have guessed. You could have guessed.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Oh my gosh, Nari coming in clutch. There was
literally. I was gonna bring that up, Nari.
Straight up. So those of us in the Colorado community, we had this like month long. Maybe it was more than that, but we were submitting joke secrets about each other.
Oh, that was so fun. Yeah. We got the idea from watching Dear Stalkers and their Lolita documentary, where they submitted fake secrets about Milky Fawn, and it was super, super funny. I have saved some of them on my phone, Nari. And they were super funny, so we all just thought it would be a hilarious joke, and we just kept basically making, especially me, I just kept making Mean Girl references.
Yeah, Kim's were all Mean Girls. I just remember, so Kim's thick as fuck. She's got a nice ass, okay? If there's anything we need to get clear right now, no, you do. Stop it.
Jamie's like squirting at the camera, like, no. Yeah.
Bad Kim. Kim's got a nice butt, so we always joke about Kim's big butt. And one of the secrets I made was that her butt was too big for a petticoat, that she just used her butt and only wears a front petty. And the amount of people who took that secret seriously was hilarious.
They're like, I don't know, it looks like she has a regular looking butt. Like, oh yeah. Oh, I don't think we should be commenting on people. And I was just like reading these people like defending me, like knowing my friend made it as a joke because we kept joking about how I had an apron petty.
Exactly, just the front half.
I'm like, thank you guys. My community is strong and supporting each other. And then the people would be like, this is fake. And I'd be like, yeah, you're right. You're right. I take nothing seriously.
It's true. Kim's just always like joking 100% of the time.
It's because I am a joke.
You're not a joke.
I am the biggest joke.
I was like, okay, Kim, I'm gonna make a little like meet the host post. Like, what do you want me to write? And she's like, oh, that my life's a joke, and that to send help. And I'm like, can you give me something normal?
I was like, oh, I'm trying to find myself. And then I left it at that for like a couple minutes before I was like, okay, no, seriously? Outside of Lolita fashion, I'm a boring person, so I'm just going to make some things up.
You're not a boring person. I disagree with that. You're one of the most interesting people I've ever met in my life.
I'm just so full of contradictions. People are like, I'm like a 3D puzzle to people. They're like, you're just so, here's my favorite. You're just so different. You're not like other girls.
Manic Pixie Dream Kim.
I don't know what other girls they're referring to, but I want to be like them. So give me tips, give me pointers. How do I become other girls? This just becomes Jennifer's body. How do I get and consume other people?
We know you tuned in for the 10 Year Lolita challenge, but now we're trying to get Jennifer's body. Cannibalism.
Woo!
This is such a classic jump for us. Like,
this is hot take. We are all the other girls.
I agree, Nicole. Nicole only speaks truth.
Yeah, and that's her superpower.
It's true. I love it. One of the things we wanted to talk about was how casual Lolita has changed so much since when we first got into it.
Mm-hmm. I really, really miss casual Lolita, and I miss like that being a normal thing because like we spend so much money on our clothes, we should be able to wear our clothes however we want to. And normalizing wearing like I did casual Lolita so much when I was in college because I would just throw on a skirt, throw on a cutso, you know, an ankle socks and some like walkable shoes, and that would be a day. Like I would just I wore my clothing all the time, but now that casual me like casual doesn't mean that anymore, and like the standard for like what your coordinates need to be. Most of my clothes, I have a bigger closet and I wear it less often. And this is like 10 years ago. My dream was to have the closet that I have, and it just I never wear it anymore. There's like one need a month, and it's like, well, then you only need 12 dresses that you keep on rotating out,
Right.
and you're good. So
I think there's like also it's hard too when you work like and that's all you do. I think one of the things I'm trying to do now is to get dressed up for myself again because when I was younger, obviously, I was in high school when I started really wearing Lolita, and it was easier to do because I just had to sit in class all day. I didn't have to really commute. I didn't have to make sure, like, I work in healthcare right now. I draw blood and take urine samples, and so I couldn't. I technically am allowed to wear Lolita, but I wouldn't want to. So it's just kind of hard. And oh my gosh, especially in Corona days, this is like the most I've dressed up this year has been for this event. Thank goodness.
Yeah. I literally I want to also talk about the death of the lifestyle Lolita.
So true.
So like when we got into fashion 2009, 2010, your goal was to be a Momoko from Kamikaze Girls. You wanted to wear Lolita all day, every day. You wanted a job that would let you wear Lolita. You wanted to you changed your hobbies to be more Lolita. Like at this time I was like, I'm going to be a Momoko. I'm going to be a lifestyle Lolita. I'm wearing it to college. I started drawing and painting and cross stitching more, and like got a lot of doilies and lace stuff to put in my room and drink tea a lot. Like those were like the tips on these forums about how to be a lifestyle Lolita.
Oh
And
my
like,
gosh.
now it's like a lifestyle Lolita is you literally just wear Lolita more than once a month.
Straight up.
You don't change anything else about you. Everybody got into classical music. Like you're like, oh yeah, I really, really like heavy metal, but that's like not lifestyle Lolita. So I'm not gonna talk about that. I'm gonna instead talk about Mozart and I don't know, the Nutcracker. And we all just pretended to like stop being three-dimensional people that liked things outside of Lolita to fit this like lifestyle aesthetic. And that
Lolitas need to be lovelies.
Yeah, all the time. You can't cuss. No cussing. That's bad.
Can't do anything that's not kawaii, just like Momoko. Not allowed to eat a hot dog.
Nope. that's your bar. Like, nope, eating a hot dog, not kawaii, can't do it. Like
straight up.
So much stuff. Like it was, I think, the best thing that has ever happened to me is Jamie convincing me to join my community and realizing that these people like wear Lolita and they're just regular people. And so that helped me become like more 3D and being like, oh, lifestyle Lolita, it's too restrictive. And
agreed.
You can't do really cool things like, I don't know, go to a trampoline meet in Lolita. Like you can't go ice skating in Lolita if you're a lifestyle Lolita because you're too scared of like ruining your clothes. But if you're a regular person who wears Lolita and likes to ice skate, you can do that.
Exactly.
And it's like all this pressure just goes off of you and you're like, yeah, exactly. I absolutely love the Lovely Lore challenge of like your like everyday wear versus your Lolita wear. And I wish we also had one where it's like especially the Lolitas who have been a part of it for a long time, like this is me 10 years ago and this is me now.
Yeah.
I think about one of my first outfits all the time and I cringe internally forever. And I leave it up on the internet because I'm like, this is part of my Lolita journey. This is like if you think your cornet is bad, you should see the stuff people were wearing 10 years ago. Like, newer Lolitas have so much information at their fingertips, especially through YouTube. Like, I thought you and me had it good because we like researched for a year. We studied people's outfits for a year. We had like, yeah, exactly. I love that, Nicole.
I agree.
I wear Lolita. That's not who I am. It's my clothing. But newer Lolitas have like lore and they have all this information at their fingertips on Facebook. They don't have to go log into a separate form. And literally, like, their outfits are so good. And I thought our outfits were banging when we were
Straight
new
up.
Lolitas. I was like, oh, we're really good. We were like, we barely did any Ida stuff. And now I do more Ida stuff than newer Lolitas.
It's crazy to me when I see some people, one of the submissions to the fashion walk that's coming up later in about 6 hours, so make sure to tune in. Anyway, one of the people who submitted to our fashion walk, they said that it was their first coordinate, and I'm just like, dude, my first coordinate was so bad. It was so bad. Like, I look back, and that's not even my first one. Like Kim said earlier when we were talking about how we wore it in high school, we thought that, like, oh, you could like substitute like a homecoming dress, and it's fine, Lolita. Like, we'll wear this at work.
I was like, it's not Lolita, but it's the closest I can get.
Exactly.
And don't hate me for that.
It baffles me because Lolita is so much more accessible now than when I first started. You know, there was so many problems with, you know, like size problems. Now there's so much more for plus size Lolitas. So many issues with shipping. Like, you couldn't get certain things because there weren't necessarily like accessible shopping services.
Learning about Bodyline after you had already bought the.
This is Quinn, by the way. Lolita, not Lolita. I love it.
Learning about Bodyline after I'd already purchased stuff from Fan Plus Friend, where like it's way more expensive. I could have gotten more bang for my buck. I still have my Fan Plus Friend petticoat, and it's been flat for years. It was flat the second time I wore it.
Oh man.
You know, like, we just newer Lolitas just literally have like the world at their fingertips.
It's
like,
true.
Fan Plus Friends still exists. People still buy from them, but like, that's not where we send new Lolitas anymore.
It's true. Oh, can I just do, I need to make a confession and a shout out, both in one. Kim, you know this because you've gotten dressed with me before, but I never had a real Lolita petticoat until last weekend.
Oh!
And so shout out to Chantel, what is her name on here? Pastel Pastry Chef, for giving me one of her old petticoats.
Heck yeah.
Because I've just been using like Target ones and like random things I found for the last 10 years that I've been in Lolita.
I am wearing my Target one right now because I was like, I just want it to be a little poofy, but it doesn't need to be like super poofy. Just like enough that you can. I just wanted to wear a petticoat even though no one could see it. Like, I just wanted to get dressed up.
I feel you. It is incredible. And not only that, one of the things that made me sit down and think, you know, maybe I should get an actual petticoat. Yes, Target. For like, not Christmas, for Halloween.
I live
sometimes
this life.
They have,
I'm just gonna flash you guys. Enjoy, thanks.
Ooh.
Come back and see us again. But it's
ooh. Kim, I'm wearing the same one. That's a Target petticoat. So basically, like, around Halloween, they have this petticoat that's actually halfway decent. So
yeah, it's like chiffon, so it's like soft.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not the petticoat I wear when I want to impress people at meets, but it is the petticoat I wear when I'm on a podcast and I want to feel pretty.
Literally. Yeah, no, what made me think I should get a like real petticoat was I was watching a Lovely Lore video, and she was like, oh, it's so nice when you get like a petticoat and you don't have to wear 3 or 4 at once. And I was like, you know, maybe that is why this is so uncomfortable for me.
Oh.
And And then I was at this point where my biggest secret is that I Facetune my pictures that I post and make the poof a little better, just so that it doesn't look horrible.
Mm-hmm.
It's a problem.
I actually, you said something. I was like, "Ooh, that is a very good like 10-year challenge talk," and it is the secret to enjoying Lolita for a long time is to constantly change your like. I'm currently working at implementing my everyday style into Lolita and like what I like in my muggle clothing putting into Lolita so I find more enjoyment. And so also that courting becomes fun again because once you kind of get the basics of courting down, Lolita can get a little boring. So you like always want to switch it up. But the other thing that literally drastically changed my Lolita life and like has made it way more enjoyable to wear is doing everything you can to make it comfortable for yourself. Me and Jamie, when we were newer in Lolita, we used to take our back lace ties and like use it like corseting ties and like tie it really tight. So like when we would get home and take off Lolita, like it would be like, ugh. And the person who changed this for us, and shout out to her, is Ray, who was like, don't do that. Why would you? It's supposed to be loose so that like you can like breathe and move and it's more comfortable that way. And it literally wearing Lolita can still be stifling, it still can be warm, but it no longer is like back-breaking uncomfortable.
Truly. No, if there's any people watching this right now who are not part of their local community or they're intimidated by it, I can only speak from my experience in the Colorado community, but I highly suggest it because really it's 100%. You're going to learn so much. It's so nice to find people to talk to, like not online, who are going to help you and be like, hey, maybe don't tie that corset lacing as tight as you possibly can so you can actually breathe.
Or, hey, like, you know, don't you it's Colorado, it's 90 degrees outside. You don't need to wear a wig. You don't need to look picture perfect. You know, like Lolita is like Nicole said earlier, it's your clothing. And so you can kind of like wear it in a way that is comfortable for you. And like, you might not always want to take a picture and post it, but going out on community events is really fun. I also, so talking about a 10-year challenge, can we talk about how for 10 years, communities, the Lolita community has constantly been fighting this stereotype that we're all really bitchy and that we're all really like mean, terrible people. And like, let's talk about this in terms of like, I don't know a community even outside of Lolita. Like if I wanted to join a car community, if I wanted to join a gaming community, if I wanted to join a crafting community where there wouldn't be mean people in it, where there wouldn't be bitchy people in it. But like, why is it that so many people hold themselves back from joining Lolita, but like might be a part of a gaming community, might be part of a fandom, like might actively engage with other fanfic writers where it's like you're already putting yourself in community situations that are not always going to be loving and you're still literally growing from it. You're meeting people, you're meeting lifelong friends. Lolita, why is it that people, and especially newer people, get so intimidated by it? Like we are just regular people. We are just living our life and you're always going to meet people, whether it's in work, whether it's at school, whether we're in the community like this, any community you join, you're going to run into drama. That's just life. And it sucks. And I wish all the best. And I hope that like doesn't happen to people. And I hope that no one feels like they have to leave any community they joined because of drama that they're facing or that they will face in the future. But like, why does Lolita have such a bad rep for this? And it's been for 10 years. And yeah, communities have drama. People are drama. People create drama. But I have made lifelong friends in my community and my mental health has gone up because I joined a community. I had like no friends before Jamie like forced me to meet the members of my community. My friend was Tumblr, and Tumblr was my friend. And like through becoming part of the community, I've become more confident in myself. My coordinates have gotten better, but I also have friends who I know are going to be there for me.
It's true. I just can't stress enough. I don't even know how a lot of people make friends. Like,
yeah,
if they don't have a community that they're in, not just Lolita, but in general, I'm a big fan of connecting with people who have similar interests.
yeah. And I'm sorry you felt invisible in cosplay. That shouldn't happen, especially since you're in cosplay. You should be standing out in your community. So at least you're liking the Lolita community. So welcome.
I have to highlight this comment because I got to just talk about this is Meredith.
Hi, Meredith.
I have known Meredith since middle school, and Meredith got me into, like, I think Meredith lent me my first manga. I can't say that for certain, but I'm pretty sure. And she also got me into Morning Musume, which was my obsession for like 4 years, which is a J-pop band if you don't know. But I've been trying to get Meredith into Lolita forever, and then either last year or this year, she posted a coordinate, and I was like, "Excuse me, you need to get in our community right this second."
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, the Morning Musume phase. At one point, we were gonna cosplay Morning Musume, and it never happened.
God, you guys should still do that. Death is the time you stop doing things. So I feel like
right.
You and Meredith should still do it. I stand that so hard. Oh, that would be so cool.
Hi.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Jamie, we never talked about. Hi. I'm so sorry, everybody. So we're part of the Colorado community, which is ColGals, Colorado Gothic and Lolita Society, and we named our project theme. It's always high tea time because tea time is Lolita, but we're also from Colorado, which is 1 mile high. Denver is 1 mile high over sea level. It's mile high city. But also we legalized marijuana, so it's a in-depth onion. If anybody watches Shrek out there, it's an onion reference. There's layers.
Meet the board panel.
And so that's where we got our name. And so it's high tea time. We're not getting high or anything like that, but we just thought it was like a funny, punny name. And kind of showed that this was mostly going to be us, me and Jamie, making jokes for an hour.
Exactly. Yeah. The whole idea for this podcast, the idea is it's a podcast, but right now, currently, what we can do is Twitch. But the whole idea is that basically Kim and I can talk for literal hours about anything, and especially Lolita. Like, anytime we're with our other friends and Kim and I just get into that Lolita mode, we're just going on and on. And we also feel like there's a lot of, there's not as much like silly Lolita content. Like, a lot of it is serious or informational, like the really good stuff. But we wanted to do
lovely Laura Rachel. I just want to point that out. I'm just joking. What there's not a lot of, I feel like Lolita content can end up being a little boring. And that's like nothing against anybody who makes Lolita content. Me and Jamie have been a part of YouTube for years. I have Lolita videos up on my YouTube. I've never really gotten good engagement because it is just really hard to make fun and great content. And the Lolita YouTubers that are doing really well right now are like striving and making that goal and making that something that they want to do. Me and Jamie just saw a hole for like spontaneous non-scripted humor where it is just us talking, so it's low pressure on us who are really busy. It's good, we're best friends, so we get to talk and hang out. And we figured that, like most things, we should just, instead of shouting out into the void and talking about how this is a good idea and at least our friends would like it, like we should at least put it somewhere and maybe someone else would find enjoyment from it. And maybe someone else is also looking for content that we are looking to create. Like I personally would enjoy a Lolita podcast where they're just cracking jokes all the time. I enjoy learning something, adding something to a discussion, but I enjoy laughter so much. So
Same.
If I can make someone laugh with my terrible jokes, that will make me happy. And if it's about Lolita fashion and like that will make me even happier.
And can we talk about how Lolita's just like...
Exactly. You could only watch so many tutorials.
True. Can we just talk about how Lolita's like inherently funny? Like, I just feel like there's so many things that can happen while you're wearing Lolita. Like,
she just stood up and I was like, what the heck?
You're like, who is that?
Oh my god. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Jamie.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, I feel like it's just hilarious thinking about how you have to like scoop everything up to go to the bathroom.
I have something to say. Has anybody watched 27 Dresses? Because in 27 Dresses, there's a scene where she's holding up the bride's dress as the bride is peeing. And whenever I have to pee in public, and I think about that. It lives in my mind rent-free.
100%.
And I miss Dear Stalker humor so much. I rewatch their videos so much. It just hit the nail on the head of like the memes of that time, and like the humor still has aged pretty well because it's still like classic humor, like the way they parodied the documentary and the voice, and like, and Milky Fawn was also just like a fun person. Not only was she funny, she was just fun and like easy to watch because she just was approachable. She would have been like the first mega Lolita like social media star if she stayed in it, because she just was so good at parasocial relationships. You just felt like you immediately knew her, you knew what she was about, and you wanted to know more about her. You wanted to be her friend. Yeah, that also would have made her famous, was the fact that she literally lived in a tomb of Lolita. She was like an Egyptian goddess buried in all of the things she loved, and that was her room.
Oh yeah, her room was just iconic. All of the chocolate prints you could ever want, all of the biscuit prints, everything.
Yes.
That's like what I hope. I mean, I have one single. It's okay.
I want to, like, me and you personally, our style has changed so much. I wish we had like a screen share so I could show everybody like what my style was when I first started, because I was like, I'm so into like gothic Lolita, and then like OTT Sweet moved in.
I can make it happen.
Sweet came in, snatched off my gothic wig, punched me in the face. I came up, my eye was bloody, but it was glitter blood. And then it like kicked me in the shin and then kicked me in the face, and I came up again, and there's just like rainbows coming out of my mouth. And like, basically I saw Milky Planet.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
basically, so I was like, you can put a whole ice cream on your head. Gothic was dead to me, and I never looked back. I'm just joking. I own so many black dresses. I just went really ham for OTT, and then like through my age have like kind of came to this spot where I'm at now, where I would just buy what I want.
I can screen share if you want and bring up our old coordinates.
Yeah.
Let me just
make fun of ourselves. Let's
do it. I'm about it, because let me tell you,
who else is here to see our really crappy coordinates we've been talking about, but now you can see them and judge us.
Oh my god, I'm so ready for this. Okay,
also,
let's
Nicole,
see.
that's like my goal in life. I feel like 007 whenever I go into the bathroom. I'm like, da, 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 na, 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 na. I'm like coming in like, na, na,
na. Okay.
Na, na, na. Sorry. Na, na, na. That's how you pee in Lolita. You come in from the ceiling on wires.
Okay. So, sorry about the craziness.
I love it. Oh my god. So I wore this to college. This is something I literally my like kind of more dressed up, not very casual outfit I wore to college. You can see my hair is a mess. And 10 years later, nothing's changed.
I'm going to move this over so I can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay. Back to this. I'll show you my first coordinate. It's so bad. It's so bad.
It's so Lady Gaga. You like literally have like, you know, when she's like on the carpet and she's like got her little like white gloves on and she's like with her glasses, like you are posing exactly like Lady Gaga in that
It's
picture.
true. It's true.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh
gosh, I'm
my
trying
gosh.
to figure this
Do
out.
you know
Okay,
what
let's.
coordinate lives in my head?
Oh my
Oh,
gosh, look at this picture though.
it's so bad. I don't. So I asked my parents for a camera for Christmas, and they gave me the worst fucking camera they possibly could because they figured since I asked for one, they also had to get my brother one. Me and my brother are like a year apart, and so they had to buy two cameras for Christmas, which took my price range and dropped it because it had to be halved.
Oh my gosh.
It
That's
is
insane.
incredible. Do you know which one I constantly think about in terror? And it's
What?
the one I wore for Thanksgiving with the off-white bonnet.
Dude, this picture.
See, I would wear that again.
That's pretty cute. Look at
Yeah.
your room.
Oh no. Oh. See, I wore that to college. I was very happy with it. That's like a cut sew, a cardigan, a skirt, like very like easy peasy Lolita. I think I had a bow on in the back because I felt very uncomfortable with big head pieces. I didn't like the way like big head bows looked, and now I'm like, is it big? Put it on.
Straight up. Let me show some of mine. So this is my
Yes.
horrendous first
Yeah.
outfit. This is like what I consider my first. I tried before, but my grandma had made me that OP, and my grandma, bless her heart, she just loves to make everything like 3 sizes too big.
She's like, Jamie's not a small. Jamie's an extra large.
Exactly. God love her. And this picture is so crappy, but I wore this to class, and that's a dress I found at the thrift store. I was really, really trying to do this.
Yeah.
And then this is like what I consider to be like my first good coordinate, which is, it's standard. Nice little bodyline dress. Classic.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You did what you could with the money you had.
Yeah, I
Oh,
got
this
a little
is
better.
cute. Your
This is
hair
like
looks so good
classic.
here.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like the little like. Wah. My hair will never do that.
I was I wore like gigantic bows to class, like
Yes.
the biggest bows you could ever imagine.
God, we have come so far.
I know.
Look at just the
And
photo
this
exposure. That
this
one
is
was so. This is the one you were talking about the other day, right?
yes, Kim and I were talking about this earlier, and I had folded in. So this is the same dress that my grandma had made me, and I folded in the top so that I can make it a skirt because the skirt fit me much better than the top did.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Ah.
oh my gosh, I found that skirt on Lace Market in
Oh,
pink,
did you
and
were you like this over the buy button? Were you like,
literally I was like, I loved this skirt so much, but I never wear blue.
yeah.
I'll go back to some Kim coordinates.
What the hell was that thing?
I remember this outfit so specifically.
I was so proud of it. So proud of it. This was my favorite outfit for a very long time.
It was really cute.
And
Eight
none
years
of the
ago, oh
colors,
my gosh.
none of the colors match. No one come for me. I know.
Yeah, the
I still thought it was
lavender,
cute.
the blue. It looks cute. Like something about it just works.
Yeah.
Oh,
I am
throwback.
ashamed. I am so sorry.
Don't
I
be ashamed.
understand my mom a little more right now.
Oh my god. I love how blurry all these pictures are.
Look at my profile now. Like, what the hell? My face was so baby.
I know you do look. Oh, look at your little hand action. This is just, oh my gosh, this picture.
I literally really struggled for a very long time with hair accessories. Um, thank you. I enjoyed most of them. There's just some that live in my nightmares. Just some.
I feel like most of the ones I have that are especially bad, I don't have any proof of.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Kim and I also got better really really quickly. I have this was my only dress for the longest time, like this pink one.
You poured it so many times. Like literally when people are like, this is the 10-year challenge, and especially like you specifically, Jamie, are very like just showing all of these to a newbie Lolita, and like this is how you can cord one dress multiple ways. This is how you get the most out of your money, especially if you are very tight on money. You can literally 3 pieces in your closet. I think you had the pink dress, this skirt, and the black and blue skirt, and you made it work for you for like years.
I did. This skirt I wore so many ways. This coordinate. The last 3 pictures that I showed are ones that I took off my blog because I had a Lolita blog for a short amount of time. I got sponsored on it, weirdly enough. But yeah, I found these pictures, and this one I looked at, I was like, this is actually really cute. I would probably wear something like this now. I remember that cardigan was really big on me, so it looked kind of weird, but of course, it's me, so I'm trying to shoehorn in leopard print, but I feel like it works.
No, I think it's a really cute outfit, like especially for how many years ago was this? 2012.
2012. So this was
literally
8 years ago.
And it's so interesting to see how far we've come.
I know.
But honestly, best friends, we weren't lying. If you guys don't know who we are, we weren't lying. This was 2012. We went out to Barnes and Noble and Jamba Juice, and it was me, Jamie, my brother, and Ashley, which is Jamie's sister. And it was so much fun. If you look really closely, you can see my socks.
I was just thinking
they're Hot Topic socks.
The little stars.
Talking about a 10-year challenge, does anybody know where my print is from?
Yeah, that's a fun fact.
We'll see. I found out about this person through Victoria Suzanne, who like shouted out, and like I became super obsessed with this print because it was like super cute. I still have the dress. I love it so much. I will never get rid of it. It's by Strawberry Skies. I recently did a 30-day Lolita challenge at the beginning of COVID, and I shared it, and she's like, oh my God, I can't believe you still have it. And I'm like, I'm never going to get rid of it. It's space Lolitas. They're Lolitas in space.
That's one of your first dresses that you got, and oh my gosh, I just love that dress.
It was
you
like
can't
my
ever
first
sell it.
Printed dress.
And if you ever sell it to me.
I think what I'm going to probably do is take it in and get it tailored to fit me a little bit better, and like maybe tailored to kind of fit a more modern Lolita silhouette. And then I'll probably end up wearing it a lot more.
It's very like old school. Oh God, this coordinate was so rough. I hated this.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. Okay, 10-year challenge for real. Or 8-year
Look at
challenge.
our con. Look at it. This is before I joined.
This was my very first meetup that I was wearing Lolita in. Because
I see familiar faces.
I went to one that was just kind of happening with all the Lolitas were there, but I wasn't dressed up. And then I actually went with my entire family because we were out and about, and my mom and dad kind of wanted to talk. And I remember my mom and I arguing about whether you could wear Lolita or whether you could buy Lolita shoes online or not. She's like, no, you could buy them in person. And I was like, no, Mom, you can only buy them online. So she went up to Raven, who is this lovely lady right here, one of the OGs in our comm. And my mom was like, where did you get your shoes? And she was like, oh, I bought them online. And my mom just looked at me, and I was like, yeah. This actually was 2000. It was like at the beginning or the end of 2012, actually. It's like December, November 2012.
Look at your cord looks so good here, Jamie.
Yes, I really brought my A game because I wanted to make sure that I didn't look a hot mess. And there's Ray.
There's our Raven, Ray, Allie, you, and I feel like I recognize some more faces. It's just a little blurry, and I have bad eyesight.
Yeah, I feel you. This is another coordinate that I loved.
It's a classic Jamie coordinate. It
is. My inspiration was I want my skin to just be stripes.
You're like Beetlejuice, 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 motherfuckers.
Exactly.
Sorry for all the kids out there. Sorry.
We have a few more minutes.
Yes.
We have 5 minutes or 6 minutes to be exact.
I
So if anybody has any questions, or we could just keep going through these old coordinates because I'm enjoying that. And
yes.
this is 10 years of Lolita. This is what we were doing.
How that
back in
haircut
the
is so
day.
cute.
It really was. I love how you took like the most.
I literally, that was just the time and the place. That was like what I thought other people were doing. I'm a baby. I
Ooh,
can't hear these
okay.
words.
So Pink,
Cry, baby, cry.
Pink Princess Rosie says favorite or least favorite ways Lolita has changed over the years.
For me personally, it's definitely the way we categorize Lolita. Like I was saying earlier, I really miss just like a simple casual. A lot of people would say like my outfit now is like casual Lolita, and I think that's puts way too much pressure on people. You don't have to have an OTT outfit to go out with your con, especially if you're not feeling good that day. Like
Truly.
you don't have to always be performing at 100% in order to enjoy your clothing.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
For me, my favorite way Lolita has changed is
Mm-hmm.
that it's so much more accessible. There's so many people in it, and I feel like it's been destigmatized in a lot of ways because there are so many more Western Lolitas. My least favorite way is that casual aspect. I feel pressured sometimes into like doing the most every time I wear it, and I've really been working to try and undo that. To try and work on wearing Lolita because I want to and because it's cute and put together a coordinate I like instead of just always doing what's on trend or what I think would get the most likes on Closet of Frills.
Yeah. I think my favorite way Lolita changed had a lot, like Jamie, you hit it on the head. Like, I also think the accessibility and like how many different ways there are to buy Lolita. I really, really like Lace Market and surfing through it and kind
Oh
of
my
just seeing
gosh.
anything that jumps out to me. This was an impulse buy. I'm a very big impulse buy person. And I really enjoy that. I would say like dress wise, I think that my favorite dress stuff is from Meta right now, Metamorphosis, and from Baby. But 5 years ago, my answer would have been Angelic Pretty. And I think that might just be my taste has changed a little bit, but also Angelic Pretty doesn't release the same stuff that they used to. Some of it's still really cute, and I like cut someone to get an Angelic Pretty release. But also other times I'm fine with letting that Angelic Pretty piece go, and there's just like, hey, woo, impulse buying gang.
I
Look
love
at
that,
us.
Nicole.
Go
Real
ahead.
quick, this is a picture of me and Ray from Kim's first meetup,
That
which
was
was a
my
great
very first
apartment
meetup. Yep.
back in the day. Love the peeking petty action. It's great.
Yeah. Man, there's a good times. Oh, you look so cute here. Literally, the minute we started being more active in our our outfits go from like 5 to 10.
Ray didn't give permission for these photos, but
I'm sorry. Just imagine your face was blurred out.
Yeah. Do the self blurring.
I'll blur it out on my end. Here we go. There we go. There we
She
go.
can't see it.
There we go. There we
There you
go.
go.
There we
Thanks.
go. Hey.
You're welcome.
Literally.
Does anybody have any more questions?
I started embracing the big headwear. Good for me. Good for me.
Yes, this is like honestly one of our most iconic outfits together because we have like 200 pictures. Like we took so many selfies. This was like
someone else took this picture for us.
This was when we really like started going to meets all the time. Like becoming a unit, because shortly after I forced Kim to come to her first meetup, then we became a little bit more of a unit, and we would get ready together right before the meet.
You'd be like, "This is the dress I'm gonna wear." We would never talk ahead of time, right? We would never plan anything out, and we would always accidentally twin.
Not twin with the same dress, but have the same thing. This outfit, neither of us planned in advance. I just came over to Kim's house with all my stuff ready, and I pull my dress out, and Kim's like, I'm wearing black.
And like the shirt I'm wearing underneath, you can't see it with the hair and the bow and stuff, is also like a dark navy blue. So with silver in it. So like literally same page.
And we always have been. Like
Yep.
I come over and I'm like, oh, this is the dress I'm wearing, and she's like, bitch, and pulls it out. The only thing that hasn't happened is we haven't twinned
For
in
real.
Candy Sprinkle, which we both have.
Yes. Yeah.
One day.
I want it one day soon, probably, because I really want to twin in Candy Sprinkle.
Me too. Well, does anybody have any more questions?
Let's look at there. I remember that. I remember the flowers giving you a heck of a time, and you always had to like fix them.
Oh my God.
Things they don't talk about. And like you don't see this when someone posts their perfect picture on Closet of Frill, but my God, sometimes yeah, I've been to Japan.
Kim went to Japan last year.
Last year. It's been a little over a year. I made it right before COVID. Hey.
She loves it. We will definitely talk about this another time, but we're running out of time. I want to respect the panel flow. So thank you all for watching, for hanging out with us. And if you want to hang out with us again, we will be posting on this Twitch channel. It's always high tea time, and we're going to be doing essentially these podcast style streams once a month. So you can look forward to that. And let me pull up our app for you all so you can follow us. Here it is. Yeah, and so here we go. There we are. Go ahead and follow us on It's Always High Tea Time, and you'll get updates. And then, yeah, hopefully we see you soon.
Yeah, we'll love to see you. Come and joke around with us. That's all we are.
Thank you.
Clowns fooling around. Clowns fooling around. Bye.
Bye.